Hey everyone, it's me, Ashtyn Nyx, aka Black Boy Magic, and thank you for watching today. Today, I really just want to talk about something that I feel is really important, and that a lot of people have been asking me about and how to do, and that's going to be a thing that I like to call circling. When you first start working with energy, it is very, very intriguing to see just like what you can do, what it is that makes it work. It's a lot of experimentation. It's a lot like science, where you're trying to see if you'll get the same result every single time, or if something actually works, or if that spell you read on the internet is actually like a real spell. And while it's very awesome and it's very amazing to delve into what is considered the occult, it's very important to know about the basics. And I've been finding that a lot of people that I've been talking to don't even know this very basic thing, which is to create a sacred space, aka a sacred circle. And when I've asked them if they know what that is, they're like, not really. Like, what do you mean, like circling? And to me, it's a foundation that is important and very, very necessary in your craft work. And so without further ado, circling is essentially when you go around the space that you're going to be working in and you create a protective barrier around yourself. And that barrier prevents unwanted energies to affect your spell work. It prevents negative entities or spirit entities or whatever from affecting your spell work. It protects those in the home who are not into magic, because that also happens. It protects them from the spell work. And essentially, it is a protection barrier that keeps you safe while you're doing your work, and also gives the work a charged container to essentially feed off of that energy and that intention whilst you're doing the work. A lot of times, so people are like, okay, so how do I do that? Well, in witchcraft, they say that you pretty much allow yourself to call upon the different elements, and you allow yourself, from the four corners and the four directions, and you welcome in the element of air in the east, and then you welcome in the element of earth in the north, and then you welcome in the element of fire in the south, and you welcome in the element of water in the west. And that is, you do it based off of the four corners, and you do it clockwork style. So, I start in the north because I'm an earth sign, and I start there, and, you use a compass and you find which way that is. And, I go around clockwork. Some people start, in the east, some people start, it depends on what you're doing. And then there's also, what your spirit feels comfortable with, because some people don't call the elements. Some people call their spirit guides. Some people call their angels. Some people call their ancestors. Whatever it is that you would like to call, that's what you do. And then you also call out to the divine feminine and masculine energies. You call out to them and you thank them, and ask them to be present within your work. And that's considered the god and goddess. You kind of just ask them to be present and to really kind of to influence your work so that you can channel the elements that you're trying to accomplish within your work. Now, for me, I found that, saying it out loud helps. So there are tons of rituals, tons of, affirmations and stuff for creating circles. You can research them, and I will post them in the comments for you to kind of research. And I always, I never really do anything exactly how it's written. I always tweak it to my own needs and my own personality. But I do take it as like a skeleton to kind of like build on top of. And I really feel like this practice is very, very important, because while you are creating that circle, I also go around, with like sage or Palo Santo. Some people put candles in the representation as a representation of each of the element. So the colors, based off of color coordination. So air being yellow, fire being red, water being blue, earth being green, spirit is purple, which goes in the center, which is where you would be doing your work. Some people also, have a candle for the god and goddess. You can make that part of the ritual or the energy work as elaborate or unelaborate as you want, but it needs to happen. And I say that because it's important to remember that, before you just go into your work and just rush in, there needs to be a space that's dedicated, and the intention needs to be set. And by going around and creating that barrier, you're setting the intention that I'm about to do sacred work. And then you put yourself, in the spiritual realm, but here on the physical plane with those elements that want to work with you. And then you also allow your magic again to be charged within that energetic space. So if you do it at your altar or whatever, you can always, if where you are, you can't, face the directions, or you don't have a compass, or you don't know which way is north or whatever, follow your intuition, follow your heart. And if you can't, put something out physically to make your circle, imagine a ring of light, around you. Or imagine, a ring of protection around the space that you're working in. That's really all that matters. Because we're, as spiritual workers and energy workers, we need to protect our energy. And we become vulnerable when we are working in the higher realms, because whatever entity and whatever spirit that might be lingering around because they feel the magic and they feel called and drawn to us, if they're not working for your highest good, you don't want them to be a part of your work. And that's also something else I say when I am doing the circling, is I say, I only call upon those that work for the highest good of myself and of all of humanity. I call upon my ancestors and angels who wish to work for the highest good of myself and of humanity. It's very important to create that dialogue with the universe so that within you, while you're doing your work, whatever it is, healing work, spell work, whatever it is that you may find yourself doing, where you're doing energy work, you find yourself protected within that space. And then when you're done, you just go backwards. When you're done with your ritual, or you're done with your energy work, you just go around the space and you thank the energies that were present while you were working, so that they know that you're not just using them, but that it is an actual relationship. Because that's something else that's important, is to remember that it is a relationship. When you're calling down the element of air and the element of fire, water, earth, when you're calling down your guides, you're calling down your angels, these are actual spiritual energies and entities that are working with you. So you have to have a relationship with them. And so you say thank you, and you just, you really thank them for their presence. And then, you tell them that, hey, if you would like to leave, you're more than welcome to leave. If you wish to stay here within the circle that I've cast, then you're more than welcome to stay here. I don't want to keep you hostage. If you have other things you need to do, you can do. But I would like for you to know that I'm grateful for your presence here. And then I always, just say a quick prayer of gratitude for myself for showing up, and for myself, of being present and being willing to do the work, because that's very important. And then there's this thing that I do, because it's just as important as circling. It's just as important. It's grounding myself. And grounding yourself is literally after doing all of that energy work, calling down all these energies, doing all the things that we're supposed to be doing, healing, doing the Reiki, the whatever it is that you're doing. And then you find yourself with all this energy. Hey, kitty. You find yourself with all this energy, right? Some of it needs to be given back. Some of it needs to be, rechanneled, because we're not supposed to be containing all that energy. And so what happens is you find a place to sit, and you imagine yourself giving love and giving positive energy back to the universe and back to the earth, and seeing anything that's negative, any fear, anything like that being sent down and transmuted into love and being transmuted into energy that can be used for the highest good. And it's just important because it allows yourself to bring, to calm down, to lower yourself back to an energy space where you can deal with other people. And again, not allowing yourself to be open to attack because you have all that energy on you. And, energies, people walking around your day can see that energy and stuff like that. Not everyone, but people are aware of it. So it's just to protect yourself from anything that's pretty much unwanted. And that's just something that I feel is very, very important, especially when you're new to energy work or you're old to energy work. And it's just, I forget sometimes to, craft a circle. And I've been leading these guided meditation classes. And so before, I always cast a circle, and I always, set the intention that those that are there will receive whatever healing it is that they're there to receive. And which has reminded me in my own sacred practice to circle and to cast that protection around myself and to be thankful for those energies that are working for my highest good. That's pretty much it. I'll leave some links for some rituals on how to cast a circle and some direct work for those of you who actually need to see like a physical representation of how that would work. As usual, thank you all so much for joining me on my journey as an energy healer, an energy worker. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please drop them in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you. And if this helped you in any way, please give me a thumbs up, a follow, and a share. And I will be coming back with so many more videos about energy work and how to cast and what's the appropriate time to cast and all those different types of things. And any type of questions that you have for videos that you would like for me to do, I would love to do that for you. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. And remember, you can make it a great day or not, but the choice is always yours.